Well, welcome back to Shane's Main Shop. We have yet another pellet stove video for you today. And that is, have you ever come home and found your burn box right filled with pellets, but your pellet stove is no longer running? Well, there could be a few reasons for this, but I can tell you and show you a very common one and an easy way to fix it. So in this case, what happens is over time, the paint and stuff wears away from your chute in here, and the pellet sliding down it all the time is slowly wearing away. So what happens, you can see dust sticking to this, is when you fill this full of pellets and you turn it on, it's running, the pellets are feeding down nicely, and then all of a sudden it's almost empty, but there's still a lot of pellets up on these sides here because it's just enough friction for the pellets to sit here, not slide, but it finishes out what's left in here. And it's all empty, but you have a pretty decent amount up on the sides. I know I just repeated that, but that's what happens. And this is empty. So it's empty long enough that the pellet stove shuts down. And sometimes before it's completely off, like the motor turning or some little bump causes the pellets to slide. They actually kind of just break loose because it's just precariously sitting here. And just enough that they slide. And of course, even after your pellet stove is off, as far as it's not on, you know, the fire's not lit anymore, it continues to run for a while to make sure all the exhausts are out until it's cooled down. While that's happening, this will continue to feed, and so won't the lower one. So now there's no more fire up in your firebox, but it's pouring in a bunch of new pellets because they broke loose from the slide here, the side, and have slid down and filled it up. And you end up with a big pile here that didn't burn because the pellet stove was off. Now, I took the time to pull out the rest that were in here. I should have showed you what happens, but basically it looks normal at the point where you see it. Sometimes you can catch it. You can look down in here and see it's almost empty here and a lot of pellets on the side. But I cleaned all this out, and the fix for this is really, really simple. What you want to do is do what I did, get all of the pellets out of here, and then you're going to clean this. Get a damp cloth, wipe it all down, make sure see this actually pellet stuck right here. Get any pellets down and out of the way and cleaned out. And once you do that, you're gonna wax the inside of your hopper. And once it's waxed, it's nice and slippery again. This is something you probably do once a year at most, and you will no longer have that problem in most cases. Now, there might be some other reasons why, but in my case, this has been pretty much the only thing that's caused the thing to fill with pellets and not actually burn them. All right, so I just wiped down the interior here real quick. I'm really only interested in these three sloped sides. Obviously, the pellets are not going to stick on the back. It's straight up and down, and the front, you're all set. But these three sloped sides here, get them all wiped down. And I'm just using just a car wax, and this is just a small bottle of Mother's Cleaner wax, whatever. But it's just, you know, it doesn't have to be this. I'll put a link for a couple basic waxes in the description if you want. But all you're gonna do is take your wax here, apply it to your rag. You make a mess. You're gonna take that, and I just hold the other side of the rag. Just gonna get it on all those surfaces. I'm actually gonna put more on that. I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit, make sure you get everything covered, and then I will basically just buff it like the car wax. That's all you're trying to do. And because I like the smell of the Mother's wax too. But yeah, it doesn't have to be this wax. It can be pretty much any car wax, at least to the best of my knowledge. And again, you know, read your owner's manual. Maybe it says to not apply anything on the inside of your pellet stove. This again is just an entertainment video, but it also is something that has worked for me. But I don't encourage you to put any type of liquids or any type of chemicals inside your pellet stove, so be careful of that. All right, I'm just gonna use another part of the rag here. Basically, dry and clean. Slippery feeling. Get in there. Definitely a lot more slippery than it was. You can feel the towel sliding all around compared to when you first started. like I said, I didn't show you, I apologize, but there was some pellets stuck to the edge of this on a couple of these spots here when I first opened up in here and over here. But even if I gently put them there and just hold them for a second, hoping that they'll stay, they won't stay now. They slide right down. And before they would. Let's try that again. I'm going to set them right, give them every opportunity. Got a whole bunch right there. I'm just going to gently lift my hand. And alright, so you have two that stayed. I just barely touch them and they go. So, but yeah, this will make a big difference. It happens more often than not. So if you see that happening on your pellet stove, then this is one thing that could probably prevent that from happening in the future. Anyway, thanks for swinging by Shane's Maine Shop. Please give this a thumbs up if you liked it, and leave a comment or a question if you want. I'll get back to you. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.